Good morning, guys. So we are up bright and early for an adventure. We are going up a mountain. It's called Heston and it's going to have views of the Segler. Right now I'm lit by street lamps, that's why it's so orange. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to this. It's currently 4 in the morning, so we're up and we're ready to go.
I was the moth, you were the flame. You lit the fuse.
So we've just got onto the trailhead and we've gone past this sign, and I've got to agree with them. It's very important to keep these trails clean. So the first part of this trail is quite surreal really, because it's actually lit by street lamps going up the side of the mountain. And I think where we are right now at the start is actually a ski run, so that makes sense. But it's actually really nice that they've left the lights on. I'm not sure the reason behind it, but it's definitely helpful for hikers. You don't expect this in the middle of nowhere, and as you can see, a bee is just on the way up there. But I think it's going to be great conditions this morning, hopefully. If I look back, you can see down to the town, and it's just very surreal, but really beautiful.
But I know better now. But I know better now.
So this hike has actually been really enjoyable. I know it's still very early in the morning, but I'm wide awake. And you can see that massive rock behind me. That is what we're hiking this mountain for a view of that amazing piece of rock. That's called Segler. And if the conditions are right, like I think they're gonna be, I'm gonna get one hell of a photograph.
There was a night I should have run. You swore your darkness was done. It was all smoke and mirror.
Oh my god!
The wind's picked up a little bit.
Just a bit.
Look at that view though.
Crazy.
So beautiful. We have about 10 minutes until official sunrise, and as soon as we came over that peak onto the plateau, the wind picked up a lot. It's a lot cooler up here, which is actually quite nice for hiking. Managed to take the head torch off because I can actually see what I'm doing right now. But check out that ridge line behind me. Unbelievable. This is one of my favourite hikes so far.
I pace the halls when I can't sleep.
And this is where the hike gets a little bit more challenging. We have to almost scramble at parts probably, but it's going to be good fun. We're nearly at the top. I'd say 10-15 minutes and we're going to make it. And I just can't get over that view. Everywhere you look is stunning.
Oh my gosh. That looks like something out of Lord of the Rings. That's so steep. It's gonna burn, but it'll be worth it when we get up there. It's already looking pretty good, so.
So I've let B go up ahead for scale, and you can probably just see her there tucked away, and we are heading all the way to the top of there. It's going to be steep, but the views will be worth it. And before you go up there, you got to navigate this little bit of a rock garden, but it's not too bad. One wrong move and you're finished.
It was all a bad dream.
It's windy, but we did it! So as you can tell, it's pretty windy, and we didn't have to have many layers once we were hiking, but as soon as we stopped Out came the jackets, out came the windproof materials, because sitting still and taking photos is always cold work, especially when it's very, very gusty like it is up here. Now, there isn't much of an actual sunrise, but I'm still really happy that we woke up and met the day up here.
It's not over yet. Something incredible could happen. And if these clouds clear a little bit and the sun comes up, because the sun's still got to rise above the mountains to create some light on the actual peak. So time will tell. I'm set up, I'm here. It is about the photograph for me, but it's not just about the photograph. If you guys don't follow Thomas Heaton, go and follow him, because he's an amazing landscape photographer. And he's got a YouTube channel and he documents all of his trips, and he will know it's not just about the photograph, it's about being out in nature and hiking to beautiful places and just being, you know, the photograph's great, but if you don't enjoy being out in the middle of nowhere and experiencing the wild, then you're not going to be a landscape photographer.
So it's now been an hour and a half since we've been here waiting for the perfect light. This is the life of a landscape photographer's wife. A lot of hanging around, a lot of cold. I mean, I look crazy right now, it's so it can be warm, but we've been hanging around. I don't think the light's gonna get any better. I've shot a really crap, wonky time lapse and just enjoyed the view, but I didn't want to enjoy it for an hour and a half. What have you got to say?
This is what landscape photography is all about, just waiting for the perfect moment, although the perfect moment's not going to happen because the light is terrible. I haven't even taken a photo. I think that I'm going to have to come back later for sunset.
He will be coming back alone as well. I'm not doing this twice in one day, sorry. I'm sorry. I can't do it twice in one day.
But you're looking forward to getting back to the van.
I'm looking forward to having a coffee and then going to bed. I know that sounds a little bit weird, but that's just my morning ritual. Coffee and then go to bed.
But let me show you around a little bit and show you how amazing this place actually is, because we've moved down the mountain a little bit.
Yeah, I don't think this is actually a mountain, Bay.
Oh, we've moved down.
Down the hill.
Basically, what I usually do when I take photos of landscapes is kind of work my way along. So I started higher up and then I was going to wait for the light to hit and then come down and get a few different compositions, because it's easier to work down and work up. Hasn't happened, but let me show you. So my tripod's set up over here. I've got the 11-16 on, so I get super wide shot overlooking this crazy rock face that just goes all the way into the sea. I've never seen anything like it. And then just look at this. I can't get my head around it. It's just crazy, and we stood on the top of that last time.
Look at this insanely awkward boomerang that I just got there. Look at his face.
I've got a match and I'm taking it to everything you said. A gust of wind in my...
Hello. Cute little thing. What a view, eh?
So the weather is basically repeating the sunrise. It's cloudy, there's not much to see, so Theo's decided not to hike back up there for sunset tonight. And it's going to be a kind of a crappy weather day tomorrow, so he's going to go back on Wednesday because it's looking like a nice day. But we've pulled up in another really lovely spot. Let me show you how beautiful it is. So in Norway they have the right to roam, which basically allows you to stay pretty much anywhere as long as it's 150 metres away from someone's house. This applies to motorhomes, vans, tents and stuff. So this location's perfect. It's a giant car park.
Massive.
With a porta potty, with bins, and then up here there's even a little cabin where you can have a fire.
Oh, you know when you're secretly hyped that it's clouded over and you don't have to hike back up the mountain two times in one day. But yeah, the weather's looking good, as B said, on Wednesday, so I head back up in a few days' time.
I know we've shown you about 1 million different cabins and facilities in the Nordic countries, but this one has got to win awards. Firstly for location and the design, Isn't that amazing? And look at the view. Wow! Let me show you inside. So you're allowed to rest here from the wind, but you can't sleep here. So it's a nice spot to have a chill. Solid door. Look at that. This is just, I can't even put into words the amazingness of this view. Looking straight out into the ocean. The biggest window. Gorgeous. And then they provide you with this huge stove to cook on or keep yourself warm. There's some vents underneath by the looks of it. And then wood is stored in here. And then, yeah, so you can cook on there. You can all chill out on these benches. There's so many seating areas. So you can just imagine. People have also left snacks and a blanket. You can just imagine when the weather's crap, taking shelter in here. Wow. And little places like this really fill me and Theo with a lot of inspiration. If you don't know, we've got a plot of land in Portugal with an old stone barn on it that we're gonna convert into a home in the near future, but for now we're driving around the world, so we can't be doing that right now. But coming to places like this give us ideas of things that we can do in there, maybe some little structures we can build on there for family and friends to stay at. And I just love this central fireplace. I've never seen anything like it somewhere like this. And then where we are parked is just there. You can see us. The sun's coming out, which is lovely. And this view is just crazy. Only in Norway. There's still some snow on the mountains as well. How peaceful is this?
I've got a match and I'm taking it to everything you said. A gust of wind in my lungs, a wildfire in my head. I've got a match, I'm taking it to everything you said. A gust of wind.
So Theo's got started on the fire with all the firewood that we had from the previous night that we never used. And I'm cooking dinner. Fish and chips. Oh my gosh, we've treated ourselves. It was cheaper than going to a restaurant. We have to make this budget last. So we've got our camping chairs out. I love these. Lovely little fire. This is a fire ring that was already here, so that's great. Twigs.
I think this is our first campfire in Norway.
It is.
You couldn't pick a better time to do it, and I'm slightly sad because I can see in the corner of my eye
Oh,
the mountain
damn.
that I was meant to be up has just turned completely golden.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Ooh. But if you were up there, we wouldn't be having this campfire.
Exactly.
So you can do it on Wednesday.
I'll do it on Wednesday.
I'm-
Hopefully we'll get good conditions.
I am kind of horrified by that.
It's literally been rubbish conditions the whole night, and then suddenly, boom, orange, just as the sun's gone down.
That's harsh. This is the life of photography though. You can't, the weather does what it wants. And the van's over here looking lovely. I love our home so much.
So I completely messed up by not going back up the mountain because, as you've just seen, the light has just exploded. It's so golden, it looks so beautiful. And I made an informed choice on a couple of different weather apps. They let me down big time today. Just look at that golden light on the mountains behind the van. And we have got the campfire going, so it's not all bad. Gingy's lurking about, having a great time. And I'm looking forward to having our dinner
Me too.
around the campfire.
Yeah, this is the best campfire we've ever had.
This is beautiful. And although this is the best campfire we've ever had, and although it's an amazing campfire and it is beautiful, I'm still hurting a little bit because I am meant to be standing just there photographing this mountain called Segla. Oh, I will definitely get the shot. I'm going to go back on Wednesday and make sure I get an amazing image. You can't win them all, and as somewhere as unpredictable as Norway, sometimes it can be really tricky to predict the conditions, and it just proves sometimes you've just got to go, wait it out like we did for sunrise, and hopefully the weather will change. And we weren't lucky this morning, but the beauty of living in a van means that I can just wait now until we have similar conditions again and go back up the mountain, so it's not all bad, is it?
Dinner's ready!
Yeah, fish and chips. Thank you so much. Oh, look at that. That looks incredible. And now we're gonna sit and eat it next to the campfire.
It's so good to be back in Norway, and I've got to say, if you thought about coming here but weren't sure, it's really worth the journey because it's just beautiful wherever you look. Whatever the weather, whatever you're doing, it's gorgeous.
So I don't know if you guys can hear me because the wind is absolutely insane today, but I'm back up on the mountain Heston, or the hike Heston, that overlooks Segla, and I'm getting the light that I wanted. I'm just having to keep an eye out on my tripod because I've tied my bag to the tripod so it doesn't blow off the cliff. But this is incredible, the light is gorgeous. So I'm back hiding behind the rock, so the wind noise isn't too bad. And that was a really enjoyable evening, watching the light change. Oh, it's just unbelievable up here. Unfortunately, the light didn't go completely orange because there was some low-level cloud blocking the sun. But I got some really decent shots and I'm really happy with them. So I'm excited to get editing, and now I'm gonna head back down the mountain and get some food. Oh, he's a nice guy.
Was he?
Yeah, it's not looking good for the shower. It's outside and it's freezing cold, and I don't need a shower that much that I'm going to stand in the pouring rain to have a shower. So
It's a cold shower.
yeah, it's a cold shower. But he did the hike that I want to do, so he's just showing me some photos, which was good, and it looks amazing. He camped up there overnight.
Ooh.
So yeah, I think we should head off and find somewhere to hunker down for the night.
Yeah. There's no such thing as bad weather, just bad clothing. So that's why we're out making the most out of it. We're in the flipping Arctic Circle, man. Next to a beautiful river.
It's pretty grim, but when you've been cooped up in the van for a good couple of days, it's always nice to go and stretch your legs, even if it is raining pretty hard. There's just beautiful waterfalls everywhere. Literally, the sun's come out for 10 seconds. I think you can see it fading right now. It's still raining. It hasn't stopped raining.
It kind of has.
But it's so beautiful. All the autumn colours have started to show. So this must be a really popular hunting location because 2 guys pulled up in cars earlier, got out with shotguns and walked into the mountains, and I don't know what they're hunting, but just found a shotgun cartridge. Hello. So yeah, I don't know, if you know what they're hunting in this particular area, please let us know in the comments.
So we're now back in the van and we're going to head to a supermarket. We're going to bring you guys along with us as well because we get a lot of questions about how expensive it is in Norway, and even though we're only going to be getting a few bits and bobs today, you'll probably be surprised at the cost. £12. I'm actually pleasantly surprised by the price of cat food. 56 crowns. It's kind of a similar price to what it would be in the UK actually. This is the only stuff Gingy will eat. Okay, so I didn't actually show coming back to the van because it's pitch black outside. It's about, what, 3 o'clock in the afternoon. The heavens have opened and there's just waterfalls shooting out of the sky. So me and Theo ran back to the van. Theo didn't come shopping with me because I needed him to guard the van, guard Gingy, and also we're in a pay and display and we've not paid. So he needs to be here in case we had to zip off when the parking warden arrived, but there's no parking wardens around here. Anyway, I'm back and I'm going to show you what I got. And I'm going to tell you how much it was because it was always makes your eyes water at the till. So, for 1 bag of food shopping, I got some fresh vegetables, I got gluten-free pasta, tins of stuff, some crisp treats. That's like the only treats I got. This bag came to 810 crowns, and Gingy's face says it all. Doesn't it, Ginge? Yeah. Oh my gosh. All I can say is I'm so happy that we're travelling in a van because we don't have to spend any money on accommodation, which means our budget can go a lot further, because if we were having to pay for food, pay for meals out and pay for accommodation, it would be even more expensive than it is. And if you're wondering what this bag of shopping is in your currency, we have a lot of English viewers and United States viewers. So in England and Great Britain it would be £72, and in the US it would be $90. So it's expensive and you really do have to think when you go shopping here, but it's worth it because we're in the most amazing place in the world. Head over to theindieprojects.com/shop and check out our new merchandise. Join us on Patreon for exclusive content, and don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification button so you never miss a video. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next video.